Hello and welcome to today's video, which is where we're going to be looking at how the right property training course could have saved me 7 years and approximately £100,000 in cash. Okay, so that's quite a bold statement to start a video from, but I just want to give you some kind of context to that. Now, if we go back to when I started in property, that was 2005 was when I brought my very first property investment. Now, since then, I've been involved in property for about 10 plus years, and over that time frame, I've done a range of different property deals. I've looked at a whole host of different areas, met new people, spoke to clients, spoke to peers, met industry experts across the industry in terms of not just property investment, but also refurbishment teams, people that specialise in land development, people that specialise in HMOs, mortgage brokers, solicitors, accountants, the whole range of people. And during that time frame, my experience and my knowledge and my contacts has grown radically. And I can then look back with kind of some retrospective vision really and see what I was doing in the first couple of years, I guess, of investing in property and how that differs to what I do now and what I focus on now and the mistakes that I made back then. So there's some key things to kind of consider with that and where I get the 7 years and £100,000 kind of cash kind of statement from. So back in 2005, very first property I brought, let's say through to 2012, so that 7-year time frame. What I did during those years was focus very much on initially below market value property. Now at the time that was great for me, it allowed me to buy property, do some form of refurbishment, refinance it and move on to the next property deal, all because I purchased with a discount in that property. Sometimes those discount was correct because I brought right or I valued it correctly. Other times that discount was really on paper, it never achieved what I'd anticipated it had because I'd valued it incorrectly, or there was maybe a property change or change in property prices in that area that I hadn't anticipated. And that comes with experience really. So those first couple of properties I purchased, I didn't know what areas to buy in. I just bought because it had a discount, which meant I had a portfolio that spread across a wide area, all the way from North Manchester through to North Wales and a few locations in between, purely because it had a discount for each property at the time. Now, when I look back at those properties in my portfolio compared to properties I purchased after 2012, they're wildly different. And it's because we look at a host of different criteria now. And the difference is, since 2012, I looked at other types of strategies. So I moved away from just straightforward below market value purchases. Still do buy to let, but just moved away from that initial kind of focus as a criteria. So now we look at 7 main key aspects, not just discount, but we look at, so that's potential to buy at value. We look at how to add value with refurbishments. We look at rental yield, exit, tenant profile, the location, is there potential for growth in that area. So there's a couple more things now that build up the foundations of any property deal that we look at. And since 2012, we've now grown the portfolio, grown our joint ventures, grown our business radically because we've opened up to those other potential strategies. So that, for me, 7-year kind of time frame is not quite a decade, but it's a lost kind of decade almost of property deals, transactions, focus that I can't really get back. Like if I'd had the experience early on, if I knew what other property strategies existed, if I had a mentor or somebody that I could work with closely that could teach me how to look at deals differently, not just look at buy to let, but consider HMOs or developments, conversions, corporate lets, a whole range of different types of property strategies, things like flips as well. I could have changed earlier on to do bigger, better, more profitable deals. Also, in terms of the kind of the £100,000 cash, that's not necessarily lost profit, which is certainly a lot of money and would have been more than that with the types of deals we could have done and we do now with the experience we have. But that's cost, that's property deals that we've brought that weren't the best kind of deals. So we brought in the wrong area. And unfortunately, that property has gone up very little, maybe a couple of percent over a 10-year plus time frame because it's just in the wrong location. Whereas colleagues of mine spent the same on properties, let's say for the value of the property in another location, and that's gone up 20-30% in that time frame. Other properties that we've overpaid for. So I didn't know how to value. I didn't know how to compare one price to another or what I should look for in comparison properties when I first started. And that was even after, so the first couple of years I had no experience, but I worked for an estate agent back in 2007, got a little bit more experience on how to value properties. That certainly helped. But I still didn't look at it from an investment viewpoint. It was more from an estate agent's viewpoint. Well, this property is on the market for this, and these are the comparison properties, these are the sold prices, so the average value is going to be X. Whereas from an investment viewpoint, I look at it completely different now. I certainly use that as a guide, but I need to know what price I can physically pay as an investor to make the deal work. So will it give me the right return on investment? Will it give me the right rental yield? Is there enough value in that deal for me to get growth and exit within a short space of time if I ever need to? So the ideas, the things I look for as an investor now are wildly different than when I started. And that's why I said that, like, the right property education, the right property training or mentor can really help you shortcut that learning curve. So whether you pay nothing for training because you spend a lot of time online looking at different kind of blogs, articles, watching videos like this, speaking to kind of other colleagues and people within the industry, but spending time on your education and trying to get a much greater awareness of what's right and what's wrong when you're looking at property deals. That is so important. It's going to save you so much money, and it's going to make you buy much better deals going forward, and also save you a lot of time, all the way through to whether you pay an investment into a training course or a mentor to get educated one-on-one, or a condensed training course that's specific to you and how you learn, whether that's video or kind of written format you like to read, or whether it's good to go to a seminar, whatever works for you. It's very important to try and get that education, get that experience, leverage other people's contacts, and that's going to help you skyrocket your results in property. I've no doubt about that. If I'd done that at the beginning, it certainly would have helped me. It would have cut out those 7 years of hard learning, and it would have made me a lot more money if I'd focused on the right deals early on and the right things kind of early on. So hopefully this video helps. Hopefully it gives you some kind of context to why property education can be very helpful, why considering a property training course can be very helpful as well. And if it's not right for you because you maybe don't have the money or the funds straight away to invest in the training that you want to do, then look at some of the free resources at least. Go on websites like Property Investments UK. Look at the free articles, watch the free videos, just get started, start to build up your experience and your contacts. Go out to networking events, speak to other people in your industry, speak to peers, and hopefully that'll help you get started. Any questions, I'm always here to help, so feel free to ask in the comments below this video, or send me an email, whichever's best. I'm always happy to help. So yeah, take care, and I look forward to catching up with you next video. All the best. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this content and you'd like to join our free online property training course, we've got a link for it on this page. And in there we cover a range of different property strategies to help you get started, either building a long-term property portfolio or creating a cash-flowing property business. We also look at ways to increase your return on investment with any of the property you're maybe considering. And we also have a couple of cheat sheets and downloadable documents in there as well. Simply click on the link to join the free training course today.